Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Choose Cheatham, our weekly show that brings you up to date on what's going on in and around Cheatham County. Wanted to introduce to you our special guest this morning, Miss Kim Johnson. She's a Medicare plan specialist. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Medicare, what you do and how you help people throughout the entire county, right?
That's right. Yes.
Do you cover just Cheatham County, or what areas do you cover?
All of Tennessee. All of
Well,
Tennessee.
good.
I am licensed in several states also, but Tennessee's my main focus.
Wow. So when you say Medicare planner, a lot of people hear Medicare and they really don't know what that entails. Some people associate it with retired, some associate it with the elderly, some associate it with disabled. Kind of tell us, what is Medicare?
Okay. Well, Medicare is funded by the federal government, and it is for 65 and older. But there are a lot of people now that have Medicare that have been on disability for 24 months, and they get Medicare. They could be 20 years old and they can have Medicare. Now, as long as they have Medicare A and B, I can help them with a Medicare plan.
Okay. All right. And so it covers 65 and older, disabled. They have to be at least disabled for 24 months. There's a criteria there.
That's generally how they get Medicare, is if they're disabled for 24 months or more, then they can apply for Medicare.
All right.
If they're under 65. If they are 65, then they can get Medicare.
So I know we hear Medicare, we hear Medicaid. Sometimes the two get confusing. You're a Medicare plan specialist.
Right.
What is Medicaid, just so that we know?
Medicaid is actually for financial disability. It's like indigent. So if they have Medicare, that doesn't necessarily mean they have Medicaid, but they could have Medicare and Medicaid, which would make them a dual. It was what we call a dual, so it would be Medicare, Medicaid. So there are plans that are just for those on Medicare, and then there are plans for those that have Medicare and Medicaid, which generally will pick up all of the copays. So they usually have nothing out of pocket. Right.
Okay.
Right.
And speaking of out of pocket, several things change each and every year with Medicare.
Right, exactly.
The programs, the limitations, what they offer, and there are several different companies out there offering Medicare plans, correct?
Yes, there's quite a few companies in Tennessee that offer. Now, it depends on what county it is. So Cheatham County, for instance, may have 5 different individual plans that are offered in Cheatham County, but there might be more in Davidson County. So we have to check all that out.
So it depends upon where you reside.
It depends on where your Medicare is located. So if you're in Cheatham County and your Medicare says you're Cheatham County, then we look at all the plans that are in Cheatham.
What happens if you should move?
If you move, then some plans are, they're multi-county. So if you move from Cheatham to Davidson and your plan is still in Davidson County, then you can stay on that plan. But if your plan is not in that county, then you would get a special election. And special election periods are opportunities for you to change. We do have several special elections right now that are beneficial for individuals.
And then there are limited windows of opportunity to make changes just to your regular plan and program. Mm-hmm. So you need to make sure that you're aware of that, keep up with that, and get with Kim to let her help you review it and see if it's a good fit for where you're at this time in your life, correct?
Absolutely. Yes, I can, no obligation reviews. I do those all year. So if anyone just wants to take a look at it and see, do I qualify to change my plan? And I can tell them that fairly easily.
And you meet with them at their location?
I will come to them, or they can meet me somewhere, or I can actually do it on the phone if they're unable to get out.
Okay, that's great. Wonderful flexibility, because we all catch ourselves in different scenarios where we travel, we don't travel.
A lot of people are sick right now, so they don't want to get out,
That's
or
right.
I don't want to get in if they're sick. So. But there are some changes for this year. Would you like for me to?
Absolutely. Let's talk about those.
Okay, so the Part A is the inpatient hospital deductible. For 2024, it was $174.70. For 2025, it's $185. So generally, people will see that come out of their Social Security check. So it's going to jump from $174.70 to $185. The inpatient hospital deductible For 24 was 1,632, and that's changed to 1,676. And also the Part D out-of-pocket maximum, which the donut hole or the coverage gap was eliminated for 2025. So that's a big one. And so
That's
the
huge.
out-of-pocket maximum is 2,000.
And
So
that's
when they
for
hit
pharmacy medications.
that's for Part
right?
D. Yes, that's for Part
Okay.
D.
Yeah, I kept hearing over the years about the donut hole. That was a
Yeah.
nightmare, I hear, for some people. They just-
Yeah. Well, it started in 2006, and it was supposed to have been closed by 2020, and that didn't happen, of course. So 5 years later, they finally closed the donut hole, and which means they don't have to pay out of pocket after they hit that out of pocket max. So this year it's 2,000. So that's going to be great for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, let's hold up going any further with information. We want to take a little commercial break to our sponsors and advertisers, and we'll be right back to finish up discussing Medicare and how you can help our people here in the county.
Great.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hadn't forgot that. You know what they say, let's go Stroke.
People are amazed at the variety and quality of guests we bring into Main Street Sports today. But when you've been in this business for nearly 40 years and you never throw away a phone number, it's pretty easy. Right, Wade?
Absolutely.
And Wynn agrees with me.
Check out some of our guests featured on Main Street Sports today.
Step back and catch my breath.
But I expect nothing less from you, big boy. Let's get going.
We make it work pretty good. So
The fans are tremendous. It's fantastic.
It was really amazing.
They call it
time out.
performance shoot. Yeah.
From preps to pros, you never know who's going to stop by, so be sure to listen to and watch Main Street Sports today from 2 to 4 p.m. daily on the MSM TV app.
Welcome back to Choosing Cheatham. We are here now with our special guest, Ms. Kim Johnson, our Medicare plan advisor here in Cheatham County. And Kim, we were going over prior to the break the different changes in all of the plans this season, this year, changes each and every year, correct?
Every year it changes. This year, the new figures for this year was what I was given, which Part A is the hospital insurance part of it, and most people get that at no cost, but if they have not worked either 10 years or 40 quarters, then they will have to pay in to get Part A, which is the hospital, and then Part B is the physician's charges. It does take care of other things as well, but that is that's the part that they pay for. Generally it's $185, but if their income is higher, then they may have to pay higher than $185. So we have to check that as well. So,
Wow. So a lot to keep up with. We were also just talking during the break about that thick book we all get when we go to
Medicare
Medicare.
new handbook, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of details going on. Miss Kim is well aware of all of those. And we all think, oh, well, let me just go to the book and find it and read about it. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's in big words, right? It can be
Big book.
quite confusing.
It is confusing.
So
yes.
we highly recommend that you give Ms. Kim a call to go over your current policy to see if it fits the chapter that you are in with your health, with your life, with the chapter, the season you're going through right now. And you may need to change. Who knows? Or she may say, you're in great shape, great choices, things are great.
Absolutely,
It's a
yeah.
no obligation, right?
Yeah, if you're already on the best plan, I will tell you, you are already on the best plan. So there are certain times during the year that you can enroll, and the first one being the initial coverage election period, which is 3 months before you turn 65, the month of, and 3 months after. So it's 7 months there that you get. That's for your A and B, and then your annual election period, which is October the 15th to December the 7th, and that's when anybody can change. They can change from original Medicare to a Part C plan or a supplemental plan, or they can go back to original Medicare and get a Part D plan. And then there are special election periods throughout the year, and right now there are several that are available. There are some weather-related opportunities for people. So if they did not enroll during one of the events that we had here, tornadoes or flooding or whatever, then they can enroll now.
Wow. And so I guess you find yourself sometimes sitting down with someone who's 64 3/4 old till they leave this earth.
Yep.
And don't need any insurance anymore,
Yep.
right?
They can change every year during annual enrollment if they like. You know, some people just like to see what's out there. They just, you know, do I have the best plan?
Right.
And I'm happy to go over it. I just, you know, I get their medications if they want to share that, their doctors, and make sure that they're in the plan that they're looking at.
And best fits everything that they have going on. So how do people reach you to set up a no obligation review?
That's a good question. 615-428-2434. Or you can email me if you like at info@kim-medicareplanadvisor.com.
Yeah, we've had many years together working here in the county. You're found everywhere doing all kinds of things, whether it's down at the nursing homes or the retirement center or Thrive 55, or the deliveries where we most closely got to be friends doing bingo.
Yes, every month, the last Wednesday of every month, I'm at the livery stables from 2 to 3 doing bingo. And if you're a senior, you're welcome to come.
That's wonderful. You also do a carnival.
Yes.
Let's talk about the carnival. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's this year though. I hate to say that it's not going to be in Cheatham County, but I do it. It's the 4th annual one, and it will be in Madison this year on March the 27th.
But everyone's welcome to.
Everyone is welcome to come. It's going to be at Centerwell Primary. It's a senior primary care, and so I'm working with them, and they're helping sponsor. So it's going to be fun. Yeah.
And the carnival, it's free to all of you all that are seniors. It is. We had refreshments. Everyone
fun.
sets up a booth with all kinds of games, all kinds of prizes.
Yeah, you just
it's
go
just a great
through the
day.
carnival and play a game at each table and get free stuff, and then there's drawings and prizes. It's fun. It's a great day.
And what date is that? Do you know?
March
yet?
27th
March
from
27th.
11 to 2.
All right. And again, if you didn't catch the date, if you need a review, if you've got some questions, because Medicare can be really hairy. I mean, it can, you know, there's a lot of different situations. Like you said, 65 and older, disabled after so many months, right?
24 months.
24 months. So you may have different scenario that you want to throw her way. Be sure to give Kim a call at
615-428-2434.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you all will take advantage of her services and her knowledge. Pick her brain, make sure you're in the right place with the right plan, doing the right things, and we will be talking back with you next week.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So Busy Bee is a very close-knit family. We fight just like every family does. We have arguments, but we always come out with a solution to the problems. We don't just fight about what we want, we fight about what customers need. We want to make sure that every customer we go to is more than satisfied. And that doesn't just start whenever we show up at their door, that starts when we show up every day at work. We want to make sure that we are serving our customers to the best of our ability.
Welcome back to Choose Cheatham. I'm here with our special guest, Savannah Williams. You may have heard that Savannah is representing Cheatham County this Sunday at the Governor's Awards, Stars Awards celebration. She won the youth division in our volunteer, as our volunteer recipient, right? And Savannah, you grew up here, you've done a lot here. Tell us in short summaries all the many things. I've read over her resume, and it's amazing all the different areas she's touched in life here in Cheatham County through her volunteerism.
It probably started when my brother was in Boy Scouts, and we ran around and would put flags on the veterans' graves during Memorial Day.
Sweet.
And for many years we did that. And then around when I was 9 years old, I started Little Hands on the Farm. And so that was over at the Cheatham County Fairgrounds, and we basically were volunteers that kind of set up and ran the Little Hands on the Farm just kind of taught kids how to farm and where your food comes from. And then I joined Girl Scouts, and through Girl Scouts I have done so many things. We have done several different warm clothes drives. We've done like stocking stuffers for Christmas for like the nursing homes and things like that. We have also done just multiple community projects, and with that I have also gotten the Girl Scout Gold and Silver Award, which are from where you do community projects to help with that too.
That is to be commended. You know, so many youngsters, great young people, grow up and they really don't even realize what all's out there and you learn with every volunteer job. You learn something to take with you through the rest of life, whether it's strength and endurance or painstaking or labor or maybe what you even want to go into growing up. Have you incurred any of that gave you a little light of, I don't want to do this, or I do want to do this? I thoroughly enjoyed this. I may come back to doing it some more as I grow older and have some more time.
So definitely, I did a lot of yard work with my brother and my dad. We'd have people on Facebook just kind of say, hey, my lawnmower's broken. I have no way to mow my lawn. And so we'd go over and help with that.
Aww.
I was always the one on the weed eater, which helped me figure out that I don't like helping with yard work.
Yeah.
It's a little too sweaty for me.
Right, but you had your dad there, and that was such a wonderful thing that he guided you through this and led you through that era, this chapter of your life, and work values. I mean, you've definitely have got that. You've got drive and work ethic for sure.
And I've also helped with what helped me figure out that I like engineering. Is I help my dad with camera jobs, which he does it and gets paid, but I volunteer to help him with it. And so that's where I learned how to use a drill, things like that, learning how to get up on a ladder and pull wire and stuff, and then learning how to change a tire. And my dad taught me how to do that, and multiple times I have been either on Austin Peay campus or here, and somebody's on the side of the road or in a parking lot, and they don't know how to change their tire. And they're waiting several hours for somebody to come help them, and I'm like, hey,
let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it right now. And I keep all of my tools in my trunk, and so I'm there to be there if they need me.
Oh my goodness, ready, willing, and equipped, right? That's awesome. So out of all the volunteer jobs that you've done, and there is a plethora of them, what is your most memorable?
I think, that's hard. I think my most memorable is probably helping with Christmas Anonymous. Because I have done that for every year, probably for the past, 9-10 years or so. It's always been a thing that me and my family, and we kind of drag some friends into it every so often. It's just been kind of like a family tradition that we all help with. And that includes the roadblock. It took several years for me to get old enough to help with the roadblock, just like standing there asking for money and things like that to help support and get toys. But after I started doing that too, it's definitely been a lot of fun.
So, age of 9, and how old are you now?
I'm 19.
So 10 years of volunteer work you've done. You've gotten under your belt, on your resume, experience, write it off or write it on, whichever way it went with you, right? That is just awesome. Like, you are so far ahead of the storybook with life. I mean, this is to be commended, and we reap the benefits. Cheatham County has reaped the benefits in some form or fashion. What was your hardest, you feel like, volunteer job?
The hardest was probably getting my gold award. Doing that, I actually did a project over at the animal shelter, and I volunteered and helped. I actually did about 60 to 80 hours.
Oh.
That's how much you need to get the gold award of service work, helping them out. And I had went through and we cleared out all the trails, we mapped it out, I drew up a map, made a pamphlet for them and all that. And it took me 1.5 years to complete that, because it was my senior year of high school and I was in 5 other clubs. I was president of over half of them, and it was just so much on my plate, which we got it done, but not to say it wasn't right at the deadline, but we definitely got it done.
Wow.
It was hard, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, that is wonderful. Well, so are you looking forward to Sunday?
Yes.
And who else going with you?
My mom, my dad, and my boyfriend.
All right. Probably the 3 most important people in your life right now, right?
Mhm.
There you go. And so we're going to go over Sunday to Marriott in Franklin, and along with Miss Norma Binkley, who's our adult recipient for Cheatham County. And we want to also congratulate Valerie Kemp Dryer CPA, as well as Safe Haven. They were nominated as our small business and as our nonprofit that went, and they had to compete with all of the other nonprofits and small businesses across the state, but they were the winner and represented us in Cheatham County. And they didn't make it to the finals, but they did in our hearts, because they're local, and we know what all they do here. So we want to commend everyone that's been applauded, mentioned, nominated in this journey, because we have got great hearts here in Cheatham County. There's a lot of giving souls, a lot of wonderful organizations doing great things here for our people, our residents, for our future growth and revitalization with our adults and seniors and kids as well. You know, some like Christmas Anonymous, the stocking stuffing, like you said, working over at the animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
What other projects have you worked on? The Hands in the Garden, right?
Little Hands on the Farm.
Little Hands on the Farm.
Mhm.
What else have I not mentioned?
Well,
Did I cover it?
yeah, so far.
So far, so good. Do you foresee, once I know you've got your lap full right now with college,
Mm-hmm.
and do you foresee getting back into more volunteering later in life?
I am currently volunteering in several things.
Oh, tell us.
I am also a Girl Scout leader, so I help lead some of the older girls, the high school age girls, in earning badges and different journeys and things. And then also I judge VEX competitions. VEX is a brand of robotics. And so what it is they have middle school and high school teams, and they'll build robots with the VEX brand supplies, and they will compete in competitions and battle each other. And they also have to fill out engineering notebooks and things like that. And so I'm one of the judges that help look over all of that and kind of meet the criteria and things.
Wow. So your major is it engineering?
It's engineering technology with a concentration in mechatronics.
What do you hope to be when you grow up? Or what are you gonna be? I'm sorry, let me reword that. Like, what are you gonna be when you grow up?
I have 2 options right now. I'm also about to minor in biology, and so I'm either going to be a park ranger or I'm going to be some kind of engineer. Haven't decided yet.
Wow, what a journey. You really set the bar high. It sounds like just throughout your entire life, like you said, at age 9, you were out volunteering, doing all of these incredible works, changes tires out on the Austin Peay campus, leading Girl Scouts, and being a judge in a robotics competition.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I don't know when you find time to just have life and be silly, right? Just be silly and have life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I hope you do take time out for it. We're going to take a break, and we will be right back with Savannah. So hold on, hang out, and we'll come back with some wonderful news for you.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back to Cheese and Cheatham. We're here with Miss Savannah Williams. As you all have heard, she is our youth recipient for the Governor Stars Awards, and will be being awarded this Sunday at the Marriott in Franklin. We want to just talk a little bit longer to her and find out a little bit more about some things she's been involved in. Congratulations to her, wishing her well, and sending her off to Franklin to be the recipient and represent Cheatham County so well. You mentioned in our conversation during break that you were involved in some organizations as well that required volunteerism. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so in high school, I was involved in Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, nice one. Yes.
I was actually the president of the club. It was us starting a brand new chapter at Sycamore. So it was very new and it was very interesting. I think my favorite part about that was definitely going out to the actual house, and we helped put doorknobs on the doors. We also helped put together some of the cabinets in the house. It was so much fun, especially getting to interact with the family.
I was fixing to say you probably felt like you were receiving more than you were even given if you're in that situation. That is a wonderful organization doing great things. And one other one?
And I was also a part of the Helping Eagles Club, which is something unique to Sycamore. And they basically help the community around Sycamore. And so like during my time at Sycamore High School, there were several losses during the year, either from students losing family members or students themselves passing away. And it was very tragic. And basically the Helping Eagles Club, we helped gather a whole bunch of supplies for the families of those students or for the students themselves. And when it came to Christmas time, we gathered a couple things that students may need during the winter if their families can't provide for them.
Nice. So just giving them supplies, subsidizing things that they may have fallen short on and everything. What a wonderful heart. What a wonderful heart. What do you attribute your giving, your kindness, and your volunteer work to? How did that get established? Was it something instilled in you, something you just was born with? What do you think?
It definitely didn't start out as something that I wanted to do. It was definitely something my family wanted to do. But once you actually get out there and do something, and you kind of see the things that creates and the reactions from the people that you've helped, it is so worth it. And I highly recommend for anyone out there to definitely go out and volunteer for at least one thing. Whatever you can find it, whether it be a food pantry, anything like that. Just go out there and help someone.
And there is a wealth of different volunteer jobs going on. So whatever your skill set is or your resources are, there it would fit into a volunteer project somewhere in this county. Like you said, you've done the garden, you've done the Girl Scouts, you've done the animal shelter, you've done lawn mowing, weed eating. Yeah, I mean, like that is a variety of skills that you have there, and you were able to do that at each one of those different projects. So that's wonderful. Well, we are so proud of our youth. You graduated what year?
2023.
From Sycamore?
Yes.
Yeah, so proud to see our youth moving on. She's now in college and she's still giving back to this community, doing great things. And we cannot be more proud of you and all that you have attained. Looking forward to watching you grow in your future. But also, I can't wait to go Sunday and watch you get that award. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a great time. And so we want to applaud Savannah and Mrs. Norma as they go out to Marriott Sunday and receive their awards. I'm going to be there taking all kinds of pictures, and we're just going to celebrate. Cheatham County has some wonderful people going on here, and growing up here, right? And lots of wonderful projects going on. So stay with us, and we'll be back shortly.
So we hope that you tune in every Friday. Thank you to MSMTV. But every Friday, 10 a.m., here we are coming up with amazing things to share and talk with you about here in the county. One last thing before we get going, I do want to remind everybody that the rodeo is coming in May 23rd, May 24th. So we'll have something to do for those that are graduating high school. It'll be a great event. If you're a business and you want to sponsor, we have sponsorships starting from $75 all the way on up to $3,000, and it's all different kinds of opportunities. So there's something to fit everybody's budget. And so just contact us if you're interested, right? Otherwise, if you have questions, reach out to us. And again, thank you, MSN TV. Bye.